You may not know my name, and maybe I'll never say it out loud here, but what I'm about to share with you is real. It's not a story I heard. It's not someone else's pain. It's mine. This is my story. And it's unlike anything you'll hear on another channel, because it happened to me. I choose not to use my real voice in these videos, not because I'm hiding, but because I feel a different voice carries the quiet, mindful energy this channel is meant to hold. I met him in high school. We were young, unsure, innocent. Life took us in separate directions, different loves, different paths, but somehow we found our way back to each other. This time it felt real. 2 years later, we were married. A year into our marriage, I became pregnant. But 6 weeks in, I lost the baby. The pain was unlike anything I'd ever known. I blamed myself. I couldn't breathe. I imagined seeing my child in dreams, and I built a grave, not just in earth, but in my heart. I prayed for that little soul to return to me someday. 1 year later, it did. After many complications, hospital visits, and fragile moments, I gave birth to a son. He looked just like his father. Life felt whole again. He loved me. I loved him. But something inside me quietly, slowly began to shift. I trusted him with everything, not just my heart, but all of my savings, my income, my assets. He said it was for our future land, investments, a shared dream, and I believed him. Blindly. Completely. One day, he asked for a large amount of money, an urgent opportunity, he said. I didn't hesitate. I borrowed. I gave. I handed over everything without asking, without doubting. That was the most dangerous kind of love, the kind where you disappear inside it. And when it all came crashing down, I found myself standing in the ruins of my own silence. It was the end of the year. I was planning new goals, thinking about trying for a second child, dreaming, gently, of better days ahead. And then he sent me a message. He said he wanted to end his life. I froze. My heart stopped. I called his family. I rushed home from work, panicking. When I arrived, he sat me down and told me the truth. Everything was gone. He had made reckless investments. He had lost a fortune enough to build 3 houses. He had borrowed from banks, friends, even dangerous people. And worse, he had spent all my money too. My savings, my gold, even my wedding ring sold. There was nothing left. Then he said something I'll never forget. I can't stay. I have to run. And just like that, he disappeared. He left me. He left our child. He left the debts, the danger, the shame. And he only called from unknown numbers, now and then like a ghost. I was left alone, to raise our son, to repay the debts, to survive the fear. Every day, people came after me. I was threatened, yelled at, accused. I didn't borrow the money. I didn't know he had borrowed it. But none of that mattered, because he was gone, and I was the only one left behind. I swallowed the tears one breath at a time. Thankfully, I still had my job, a thread of stability in the chaos. So, I made a choice. To survive, I tightened every expense, moved my son to a more affordable school, stopped buying clothes, stopped buying makeup. Every month, I paid off what I could. The rest I poured into my child. Meanwhile, the calls kept coming. Every day, people I'd never met asking for money, debt collectors, friends he had borrowed from, neighbors, even strangers. They came to me because he had vanished, and I was the only one left. I tried to explain. I didn't know. I didn't borrow. I was lied to, but it didn't matter. To them, I was part of the wreckage. And sometimes, I believed it too. But deep down, a quiet truth began to rise. I didn't create this storm, but I will not let it drown me. Day by day, I pushed harder than ever before. I buried my pain deep inside and chose to smile for my son. At work, I ignored the whispers, the pity, the rumors. I poured my energy into performance, into focus, into results. At home, I refused to cry. Instead, I became his teacher, his guide, his safe place. I taught him everything I could, not just letters and numbers, but kindness, resilience, and truth. There were small mercies too. My boss, a kind-hearted foreigner, saw my effort and believed in me. Some close colleagues stepped in quietly, supporting me with work, or just understanding silence. Still, none of them knew the full weight I carried, because I never let it show. I became an expert in pretending that I was okay, that I was coping, that I was strong. But inside, my mind screamed, and no one could hear it. One night, I stood in front of the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. I had stopped feeling, stopped hoping, and that's when I realized I was falling into something darker. It wasn't just sadness anymore, it was depression. I told myself to be strong, but even duty can't carry a broken soul forever. The doctor handed me a prescription, a reflection of how far I had fallen. I looked at that piece of paper and thought about the future. My parents were aging, farmers. My mother had just suffered a stroke. No money, no safety net, no one to catch me, except me. And more than that, I was all my son had. So, I made a decision. I could fall apart quietly, or rise quietly. I chose to rise. I could endure the pain, but I would never allow my son to inherit it. I tried everything. Books, podcasts, smiles I didn't mean, but nothing worked. There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream, it just exists, quietly, constantly. I don't just need to survive this, I need to transform. And then, in the stillness of my exhaustion, I opened the Bible. One verse, one quiet prayer, and something shifted. It helped me breathe again. A whisper inside said, "Begin again," but this time from within. So I did. And one day, an idea came to me. Create a channel. Share what heals you. Maybe it will heal someone else too. And so, Mindful Way Television was born. Each video I made healed a piece of me. The more I shared, the more I softened, the more I healed. Please leave a comment. Share your thoughts, because your words are rays of light in my healing. And if you feel called to, please subscribe to my channel. Every single subscription means the world to me. It's a whisper that says, keep going. Your support, emotionally, spiritually, even materially, is a part of my journey now. He was sent by God, and I was chosen to protect him. One day, he will grow into a man who knows love, because he was raised in it. Thank you for listening. This is my story. This is my healing. And now, it's yours too. What about you? What have you gone through in your life? Would you be willing to share it with us? No matter where we are, whatever country, whatever path, perhaps we can share a piece of life with one another, and in doing so, create a better world together.